Have you ever smelled a fragrance that immediately grabbed you and demanded your attention? Maybe you have. Maybe you have not. But this fragrance today, in my opinion, the one we're fixing to talk about, Ovation for Men, does exactly that. I'm Steve, and this is my channel, Fragrance Fanatic. We are exploring the newest formulation of Ovation for Men by Shawn Crenshaw, and I'm happy to announce that this was a combined effort to make this collaboration happen. Thank you to each and every single reviewer that assisted with this production, and a big shout out to Shawn Crenshaw for allowing this production to happen by sending me a bottle to check out. In researching Ovation for Men, I found out, obviously, their mission statement, or what they stand on, their foundational statement, if you would call it that. Also, I got to talk to Mr. Shawn Crenshaw for a little bit, off and on, back and forth, and I actually got some more insight of what his mission was, or his idea behind the company, why he's pushing this, what his, I guess, his reason for building the company, what it was for. And I really like it. I really think that it goes a long way. It's not just your normal, hey, I'm producing a fragrance to provide something to somebody, a consumer that can enjoy it, and it can be something different. It's more than that. There's actually a story behind the fragrance, and there's a purpose behind it. And to me, that sticks like more to me than most of the fragrances currently on the market. So pretty much what he was talking about was that men of color have not been advertised in some of the more well-known brands. They haven't been really acknowledged, and he wanted to create a fragrance brand, right, like an alternative brand that promoted African-American men. I really like that. Their advertising is geared towards that where others lack, and I really think that's awesome. The company is from Atlanta, Georgia. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, so I'm really stoked about that because I love supporting small business. I love supporting Black-owned businesses, and I just really love supporting and looking into new indie houses. So super intrigued about this one. So I got the bottle, and I initially didn't mess with it really because I was hoping to do my review sooner. Got sick and just didn't pan out that way. But I wanted to kind of go a real quick, brief overview of it. If you guys have never seen the fragrance, this is what the box looks like. I'll try to put it closer. I know that that glare is kind of crazy. So this is the box. It's not too much going on. It's not a bad looking box. It's not too much going on though. You've got their company information here. The fragrance comes in a 50 ml. All that information is down here. It is EDP concentration. And then on the back, you get their company's, again, their statement, their foundational statement, principle, whatever you want to call it. Right here, every man deserves an ovation. Completely agree with that statement. I really love that statement. Then bottom, you get some batch information. I believe that's what that is. And some other information about the fragrance. If you haven't seen the bottle, and it just, okay, I shouldn't even throw it over there. If you haven't seen the bottle, this is what they look like. It's a rectangular shape, glass. I like it. It's kind of solid, kind of thick on the bottom. That's cool. Completely see-through. You got the company's information here in the front, Ovation. And so y'all know it picks up fingerprints really easy. Company's logo. It's pretty much the same information that's on the front of the box, which is on the front of the bottle. The cap does kind of lock into place. Not clicks though, it just kind of slides down, I guess, the plastic on the inside. You can't hold it by the cap. I definitely wouldn't recommend it. I never do. Let's get into the actual spray of the fragrance. Checking out the atomizers. The atomizers, they offer a wide angle distribution of the fragrance. I think it's pretty even though. I think it's a really decent amount of fragrance. It's not as powerful as some of the atomizers that I've seen in other brands, which is not a problem to me. I really do like this atomizer. Again, I think it offers even distribution of fragrance and just the right amount of fragrance when you're thinking about applying a fragrance, you know, with that. So I really like it. Let's get into the actual notes in the fragrance itself. So directly in the opening, first off, I pick it up. It's just beautiful, beautiful citrus, a bright, crisp, clean citrus in the opening. It's very creamy, very smooth. And what I would say about this one, I would call this, if I may, I would call this a grown-up fragrance. I wouldn't say it's very youthful in my opinion, but it's not overly mature either. It's not something that you're gonna wear and someone's gonna be like, hey, you're 155 years old. It's not something that is overly mature, right? It is pretty masculine, which I absolutely like it. This one though, I can see this one being, you know, dressed up, dressed down. I think it would definitely operate very well in the cooler, the winter time, you know, the maybe a nighttime, dinner night fragrance. Maybe if you're gonna go to the club, I think this is definitely a good one that you could put on. Now, some of the notes in this one, what you're gonna get, I wrote them down over here. You're gonna get obviously some lemon, which we've already talked about, citrus. You get some bergamot. I don't know what aqua is. That's been talked about on another channel. I'm not sure if that's aquatic notes or what it may be. I don't really pick up on that. I don't really get any aquatic notes or anything, you know, like that from this in this fragrance. You do get some patchouli, but then this dries down so beautifully. A nice woody dry down. It's kind of rich, but it's not overpowering in my opinion. It's just the right amount of like a woody note and a woody feel, but it's a really beautiful fragrance once it does start dying down. I get easily 6 hours of longevity with this one. Getting about 2 hours with the projection, which isn't bad in my opinion. I don't want a fragrance to last completely all day. In regards to like, once I get home, I don't want it to still be lingering around, because sometimes I do wear scent of the night and I like to apply something else. So, and I don't necessarily want to layer stuff all the time. But like I said, I think 6 hours is pretty fair. I think these are going 50 ml are going for about 85 bucks, which I think is pretty fair. And I have used quite a bit of this fragrance, as you can see, and I have given some out to Fragrance Journey, but I think I need to go ahead and cop me another backup bottle just in case if they sell out, because I'll be pretty upset if I can't have this in my collection. So that's about it for me. We're gonna talk to the other reviewers here in just a second, but again, I'm really excited about this fragrance. I'm really overjoyed to have it in my collection. Thank you again, Mr. Shawn Crenshaw, for sending it. I really love the story behind it, and that's really what means so much more to me, having it in my collection. So on to the next reviewer. Thank y'all for watching.
Hey everyone, this is JC from the channel Stay Fresh Productions. Steve, thank you so much for having me on the channel as part of this collaboration, talking about this wonderful fragrance, recently reformulated and repackaged from the house of Shawn Crenshaw. This is Ovation, and I really enjoy this stuff. I find it very easy to wear. It's very versatile, but also elegant at the same time. It has a freshness to it, but it also has a nice kind of seductive sweetness as well, and it has a beautiful earthy nature as it dries. There's some amber in here, I think. There's like a tobacco. It gets a little bit dusty and dry and earthy as the scent dries down, but it's still relatively sweet, and again, it's sensual. This is good stuff. I really enjoy it. I find the performance to be pretty decent. It is an eau de parfum. I get a good 7 hours out of it. This is one you can easily wear to the office if you work, you know, at an office during the day or anywhere that's going to be more of a dress-up environment. But again, it's also pretty versatile. I would easily wear this casually on the weekend, just chilling. Totally throw this on, no problem. I really dig it. And I think this is a great offering for just about anyone. I love the message. They say every man deserves an ovation. I think every person deserves an ovation in general, but I really dig what they're pushing here and the encouragement that they're trying to share through fragrance. So that's my take on Ovation for Men. On to the next one.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fragrance Journey. Shout out to my brother Fragrance Fanatic Steve for inviting me for this collaboration and also sending me a sample of the fragrance for the collaboration. The fragrance we're gonna be talking about is Shawn Crenshaw's Ovation. The notes on this are aquatic notes, Sicily lemon, Indonesian patchouli, cashmere wood, and I guess this calabrine bergamot. If you watch my channel, you know I'm not really into like fresh citrusy fragrances, but I must say this is a really wonderful fragrance. It's got more than just that. You start off with some beautiful aquatic notes and a beautiful bergamot. It's a really nice bergamot, and I'm not the hugest bergamot fan, but this one is really nice, and I was definitely impressed with it. You also got some patchouli. The thing that really made the fragrance amazing to me is it's got some woods in it. So It's kind of creamy. You got aquatic, you got beautiful citruses, you got some patchouli, but then you also have that beautiful cashmere wood, which kind of rounds the fragrance out and makes it more of a three-dimensional fragrance. You've got aquatics, you've got citruses, and you've got woods, and you've also got like some spicy nuances too. I was impressed with the fragrance. I got about 6 to 7 hours on my skin, which is actually pretty good. The full bottle of this, I think, is less than $100. Definitely for the spring or fall, this is one you want to put in your collection. I think it will shine. If you're into the compliment thing, I think this will definitely get people's attention. People will smell you and think you really smell good. So shout out to Shawn Crenshaw for this wonderful fragrance. He did a really good job on it. And again, shout out to my brother Fragrance Fanatic Steve. I definitely appreciate you, my brother. If you woke up today, you're definitely winning, and I'm out. Peace.
What's going on, Fragrance Fanatic family? I'm Dan. This is Setting Waters. Thank you, Steve, for adding me onto this collab with these group of gentlemen that you have in this collab who all deserve ovations in my opinion. But with that said, here's my take on Ovations. So about a year ago, I already did my take on Shawn Crenshaw's Ovations. And in my opinion, it's a dope fragrance. I like those samples so much, I actually had to go buy one myself. Full bottle. No regrets. Now with the previous review, I pretty much said it was like a gentlemanly fragrance that is more for formal situations. And the age range was a little bit high. What are my thoughts on Ovations now? I still think it's somewhat of a mature, more classier fragrance, but I feel that, I don't know if it just macerated a little bit more, but it feels like it's slightly more youthful than it was when I originally smelled it. I feel that the range that this works for is actually 25 and up, but it's slightly more youthful and playful. So it does work for the mature situations and more classier situations, but I think this could be an every day-to-day, more fougere-ish type fragrance. If you like those fougere grown man fragrance and you like to get your grown man stuff on, this is the type of fragrance that I feel would work for you, no matter the age. Honestly, 20 and up, I think this would work great. If I were to spray this on my son, I still don't think it would work that well. Ovation, Shawn Crenshaw. Very fougere-ish, citrusy top, and it actually has a creamy base to it that I enjoy a lot. It just has a barbershop feel to it, grown man, business fragrance type scent. To me, this is the perfect gentleman type of fragrance. If you're about your grown man-ish, get Ovations. I actually let my father smell this not too long ago and wear it, and he enjoyed it. He actually said it wore very well and very clean, fresh, gentlemanly fragrance. He enjoys it. If my dad approves, I approve. Who knows, when you walk in a room, you might get an ovation with it. If not, just know you smell good regardless. Once again, Steve, thank you for adding me onto this collab. Great fragrance to make a collab about, and these other gentlemen, I'm sure they're gonna have a great take on it just as well. Just remember, every man deserves an ovation, and it's still scented water.
Big shout out again to all the reviewers that helped with this production. It is greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for everything you guys have done for this channel. And if there's anything I can do, I always try to give back. If there's anything I can do, you can always reach out to me, guys. Anything, just let me know. Mr. Shawn Crenshaw, thank you again so much. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for what you do for the community, what your mission is behind this fragrance, and what your guys' foundational principle is about every man deserving an ovation. I really feel that, and that's, it really hits me, and I really love this fragrance partly because of that. So hats off to you. Thank you guys so much. We're on the brink of 1,000 subscribers. We're at like 950, I think, and hopefully if you guys share, comment, and subscribe, definitely would help me out. If you guys enjoyed this video, give me a like. But definitely let's grow this channel to over 1,000, because once we hit 1,000 though, once we hit that 1,000 mark, I'm gonna be giving away some fragrances, 2 bottles, and hopefully to somebody that's never got anything from me before, but just another way I can give back, because I love giving back to you guys, and I love, you know, everything you guys have done to help this channel grow, and thank you so much for all you guys who are viewing this. As always, guys, I always have new videos coming out, I always have new fragrances coming in, so y'all stay safe, be blessed, and please always keep it locked. Peace.